Now, most of you already know that yesterday Nio reported 4,100 for the Navy insurance registrations, which of course ended last week Saturday. And now, one of the questions that I picked up from one or some of the, of course, retail investors was, of course, how many of the ES6 were forming part of that 4,100 which we saw in the previous week, which, ladies and gents, today we finally got the figures of exactly how many ES6 which Nio, of course, sold when it comes to that 4,100 they reported of the Navy insurance registrations last week. Now, you will know that Nio's target for this month is not only to produce 10,000 of the new Nio ES6, but it is also to, of course, sell or deliver the very same 10,000, which is something that is incredible. So, ladies and gents, this figure that we just got to see today, it is the figure that, of course, will tell us or show us exactly how far Nio has come when it comes to the, of course, the ES6 deliveries. But before we get to the actual number, which of course was coming from the ES6 alone on that 4,100, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now, I really appreciate if you can just hit the like button if you are to enjoy the content that I'll be giving you about the exact number we saw, or the total ES6 number that, of course, constituted to that 4,000 or total 4,100 insurance registrations we saw coming from Nio last week. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that at least you don't miss the content that I give almost on a day-to-day. Otherwise, without wasting any more of your time, ladies and gents, we saw that from the 4,100 vehicles or NEV insurance registrations we saw from Nio, which were reported yesterday, 1,900 were the Nio ES6. Now, this is good news, right? Because you will know that, as I've said at the beginning of this video, not only is Nio planning to produce 10,000 vehicles of the Nio ES6 or of this model, but they are also planning to sell this model. So if you are to divide that, of course, 10,000 vehicles which Nio is producing or is planning to produce for this month and sell, it means that on a week, and that is, of course, you know that a month usually has 4 weeks. So if you have to divide that 10,000 by 4, it means that Nio, ladies and gents, for them to get to their target, they should make sure that they deliver at least 2,500 of the ES6 on a weekly basis, because that will be the thing that will make them get to their target of 10,000 ES6. This just means that from that 1,100 to the 2,500, Nio is only just left with 600. If Nio can just, of course, make sure that each and every week they increase, of course, their, of course, Navy insurance registrations by 600, then it will mean that they will be sitting at that 2,500 on a weekly basis, which, guess what, is going to give them, is going to result in Nio getting to that target of them, of course, delivering or reporting deliveries of 10,000 or over 10,000 ES6 on a month-to-month, which, combining them with the other models, it means that it will be lights out for this stock. So I'm very happy, or I'm very excited that out of that 4,100 vehicles or 4,100 NEV insurance registrations we saw for the previous week, 1,900 are the ES6 models, or is the ES6, which is something that obviously it is good to see that Nio is getting closer and closer to that 2,500 weekly deliveries of the ES6, which, if they can be able to do that, then chances are very high that come month end or come the time when Nio is giving us their July deliveries, we are going to see, of course, 10,000 of the models delivered for July being the Nio ES6. So I just thought I'd just give this quick update, because when I read this, I was very excited. I mean, the fact that we are seeing Nio, of course, making sure that they, of course, put into action what they said, and that is, of course, delivering 10,000 ES6 from July, makes me to be really excited, because it also gives me hope that that plus minus 20,000 which they are targeting, we might actually see it very soon, because, ladies and gents, Nio is showing growth when it comes to, of course, deliveries. Nio is showing a growth when it comes to the NEV insurance registrations we are getting to see on a weekly basis. I mean, 4 weeks ago we saw NEV insurance registrations coming at 1,500, then the following week it was 2,000, then 3,200, then finally yesterday we saw 4,100. These whole process, or this whole report is just showing us that Nio is on a road to recovery when it comes to deliveries, which is something that makes me to be really excited as the Nio investor, because, ladies and gents, we are seeing, of course, the deliveries increasing, which will be a matter of time before we see, of course, the share price recovering, which will be good news to those that are investing into the Nio stock. Otherwise, as I've said, I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me. And I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy Nio for the very first time or increase your holdings, please just do make sure that you do your own due diligence so that at least you don't get to panic sell when you see sharp drops, sharp falls onto this Nio stock, because Nio is one of the stocks that I think you and me, we can agree that it is quite volatile. So it needs you to at least know the fundamentals so that at least you don't panic sell if you have to see maybe sharp falls, of which I think those days are almost coming to an end, because Nio is doing a good job when it comes to, of course, the deliveries, which is the most important thing that matters to investors. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.